Good evening, YouTubers. I left my employment with the best wishes of everybody. I'd found some premises, not very salubrious, but satisfactory for my needs, and what's more important, quite cheap, and started business on my own. I think I could only have survived, again with the help of my friends, motorcycle dealers in the town, who of course I naturally knew very well, sent me work. Sometimes either the work they didn't find profitable, or the customers who had caused them grief, or whatever. Sometimes they sent the work and I did it and I invoiced them for it, and sometimes they sent me the customers. But the business grew, and of course, as you can imagine, I was very, very happy. It's proud to be earning my own money with my own efforts and initiative, and so we could think then of making plans to get married. And of course we did. At that time, my wife, who I told you has done her art and design degree in Leicester, had moved down to London, and she was employed in one of the fashion houses in London, and we made plans. With some of her own savings and a loan from my mother, we bought a house, and we married, I think probably about 6 months or so after I'd started in business. Once I had made sure that I was capable of earning a living to support us, we married. We were very blessed that our first child, a daughter, was born about a year later, and doubly blessed that our son was born 1.5 years later. So they grew up very close together, which I think is very nice in a family. And my wife blossomed as a mother. It was her whole life. Her children were her whole life, and she had fulfilled one of her dreams. And business is business. It was hard work, long hours, a lot of stress, but it went quite well and one day an accountant told me that one of his business friends in Leicester wanted to retire and sell a motorcycle accessories business, and was I interested? Well, it was a hell of a gamble, but having seen the turnover figures and the profit margins, it was something that couldn't be refused. So I bought it, and I now had 2 businesses, double the work, double the worry, but more income. And as a result, we were able to move from our semi-detached house that we'd bought, which my wife really never liked, although she never complained, and we found a property in the country, which had a village school. It was near to a town that had a comprehensive school with a good reputation, and we thought our children could grow up there happily. It wasn't a very palatial place. In fact, it had no public drainage or public water supply. The water came from a well, which had to be pumped up either manually or with an electric pump into the tanks in the roof and feed the system. It didn't always work, but we had a water supply, and we didn't choose to change that because the quality of the water was unbelievable. It was almost like drinking wine, and so we were very happy there. But in order to complete the story about family, about 10 years after that, we thought we would like another addition to the family. My wife was by that time too old to be safely in the childbearing category, and so we fostered a little boy. He was 4 years old, living in an institution, and we felt that he could develop better in a family. There was a need, and so we did it. Not unfortunately, because obviously this was known to us at the time, he suffered from a handicap with a long medical name that I couldn't possibly pronounce, but it meant that bits of him didn't work very well, mainly in one foot and one leg and both of his hands. That, is unfortunate, but not, life-threatening. But the other main problem was that he's totally deaf, and whilst totally deaf people can learn to speak, while we were fostering him, we weren't really in control of what was going to happen to him. He was under the auspices of the local authority, and so they had command of what would be done with him, and in retrospect it's a shame that he was not able to be taught to speak, but now he is a man of 40, I think. I don't know. He's coming to stay with me next month, and we communicate by various ways of sign language and hand signals and what have you, and he's a very loving sort of person, and we're very proud of him. He lives independently, he holds down a job, and he actually works a computer. He goes on to MSN and types away things. He's a great credit to himself. But glasses on again. 7, not too bad. Sorry about that. I have the radio going on in my house all the time, so that obviously I can keep up with whatever news is happening in the world, but it's usually a music program, and I just caught a snatch of my favourite pop song at the moment. I love it, and they're pushing it like mad just at the moment, and it's Trouble by Ray LaFontaine or somebody like that. So I'm very sorry, that was rather rude of me. So life was good, it was going on. We'd got our family of 3, and I was earning money, my wife was happy, and we had 40 years of great, of a very, very good marriage, and she died she died 9 years ago now, but I think our marriage survived because, perhaps you won't believe it, but we had a great sense of humour, and seems to me, looking back, that the whole marriage was just one big laugh, Anyway, unfortunately, although the businesses were going well, it all went belly up or pear-shaped or whatever the expression is, when I was struck down in the prime of youth, as they say, with a liver complaint, which is very, very debilitating, and people take many years to recover from it, and certainly to many weeks and months to get enough energy to actually, do anything. So I didn't sell it. I closed one business down, recovered money from the stock and things, and the other business, which was very profitable, was under good management by people who I trusted, and so I didn't really have to go to work anymore. But that can be something for the next episode, because I'm almost up to my limit, and so thank you for watching. Goodbye.